At the end of the day, I'm here to help entrepreneurs design brands that guide them to seven-figure success. What is going on, guys? Long time no see. It's been about 2 weeks since we did a live stream, and I was getting FOMO. I'm not gonna lie. So, welcome back to a Brand Doctor live stream. I'm your host, Henry Kaminski Jr., aka the Brand Doctor, and today I have a fellow creative that I wanted to bring on stage with me. I feel like I'm on Clubhouse again. On stage, my man Oase Q from the Visual Q. What's going on, Oase?
What's up, Henry? How are you, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. Listen, I appreciate you jumping on with me. We were talking over the past couple of days about sales funnels, and I was talking to you a little bit about how to increase purchase behavior through a sales funnel. And we were talking about upsells and downsells. And so as we were talking, I said, you know what? We should do a video about this because there's probably more people out there that are interested in making more money with their sales and marketing funnels. And so for those folks that are watching live, I want to encourage comments. I want to encourage questions. So if you have a question or a comment, feel free to drop it in the chat and we will address them and keep this as interactive as possible, because that's the beauty of live stream, right? You get the audience participating and you get the questions asked. So I actually have here, I just got to take this down. Yeah, I actually have a case study that I want to share with you guys of a funnel that performed really, really well a couple years back. And there's also some things that I want to highlight about this funnel that you shouldn't be doing, because the market is so much more educated on sales and marketing funnels. So when they see certain elements of a sales and marketing funnel, they're going to call BS on it. And so I'm going to highlight some of that stuff as well. But before we dive into all of this, here's a quick little message for you. All right, so let's get into this now. Oh, wait, do you know who Grant Cardone is?
Who doesn't?
Right? It's like, you gotta love or hate this guy. Like, there's really no in-betweens with this guy. So there was a funnel that he put out there a while back that was getting a lot of love. And this funnel was generating, I don't know the exact number, but generating a lot of revenue for this guy. So he was putting out this physical book, the Millionaire Booklet, and he built a funnel to sell this thing, right? And so this is what they call a two-step order form. So you put in your name and your email and all of that good stuff here on the right. And then you have to click this button and it's going to take you to finalizing your order. And that's where you actually put in your credit card information. And the whole free plus shipping thing is, I think it's sort of ran its course because people realize, like, dude, the book isn't free. Like, stop. You know, we're paying for it, whether you call it free and we're just paying for the shipping or vice versa. Like, stop. We're paying for the book. So why don't you just say we're selling the book for $10 or we're selling the book for $12, right? Whatever. Like, just stop it. Nobody thinks they're getting the book for free. Okay. Like, seriously. Right. But here's where things get really, really interesting. So this is page 1 of the funnel. All right. Now, page 2 is really interesting. So now what he does here, Oasis, is he upsells you as you're checking out with this video training package. So here's another thing that I want to call out. These countdown timers, stop. The world isn't going to end after 29 minutes and 17 seconds. So just stop. I'm being sarcastic, but like, enough is enough. Okay. So this video training. So now you just bought this book for, let's just say $10, right? And before you get to the checkout page, this funnel page appears. And now he's selling this video training package for what? $187. Now he sells the pants out of this thing with just overloading you with value. Like, this is what you're going to get, right? And he's got all these prices over here slashed out, right? Now he's got tons of testimony, right? Great social proof. Then he's got sort of the details. So far he's doing a really good job selling this, what they call upsell, right? So you're going in for a $12 book, but within seconds, he's got you interested in a $187 digital product. So that $187, if people buy that, automatically turns this $12 purchase into a $200 purchase within seconds, right? So he does a really good job selling this upsell with this page. Very detailed, nice imagery, just really overloading you with value, if you will. Right? So now let's say I don't want to take this offer, right? Look what he offers you here. Click here if you would like to see a 3-payment plan for this offer. So now what happens is you click this and it takes you to this page. And now what he's saying is, instead of $187, all you have to do is pay 3 payments of $99. But look what that does to the overall price.
$300.
Yeah.
And doubled it.
Yeah. But maybe some people will say, well, 187 is a little steep, but I could do 99. I know it's a little bit more, but at least I could spread this out. You never know people's financial situations, right? So he puts this in place. Now, I don't know the take rate on this. The fact that he downsold this into a 3 payment plan and gave you an option is impressive, right? So it's not as long as the other page because you already saw that already, right? But he's got this little video here of, I don't know if that guy works for him anymore, but you got this little video here kind of explaining the 3 pay option and more benefits to the program, right? So now, if you click this, it's going to bill your card $99, and now you're going to be in this recurring payment for the next 2 months, right? Now, when you click that, the one thing I didn't see here is, let's say we didn't want this, right? There's no link to get out of here. And I think that's a little, I just caught that, unless I'm missing it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, right here. See, so if you don't want this, you just click this, no thank you. And then look what he does. He's not done selling you yet. He's not done selling you yet.
That's now, persistence right there, man.
Yeah. Now he's saying, you know what? I'm going to give you access to all of these speaker presentations from one of my live events for $167. And then he goes into hardcore selling that. Again, countdown timer, wouldn't recommend it anymore. Too played out. Market knows that means nothing. Right? It's just a waste of space. Right? And then he goes into selling this. So now you're looking at this page going, wow, there's some heavy hitters here. Probably could learn something from these guys. Oh, it's only $167. It's less than $20 less than the other offer. Maybe I'll take this one. Right? And then he gives you the option to opt out. So you go in, you think you're going in for a $12 book, and you could potentially spend, let's just do the math, right? Let's say you did 167 plus 187 plus 12, right? Say the book was $12, right? You could potentially walk out of with a $366 credit card bill. Right? So Peter Butler says here, I always avoid these types of pages, to be honest. I get it, Pete. But there's a lot. You'd be surprised how many people don't. And they go all in. So I see your brain spinning there always. What's going through your mind?
All right. So first question that I would have around that, you called out that timer a couple of times, and this is a discussion you and I have on an ongoing basis. How do we create urgency for our clients to actually close with us, right? Whether it's something that they're purchasing directly through our website, or we just sat down with them and had a conversation. How do we narrow that gap?
In my opinion, always, I would use more realistic examples, and I would do that through questioning. I wouldn't do it through fake scarcity like a countdown timer. Like a real question would be, well, what is the risk of not doing this? What are other options that we could potentially entertain that will get us the same results that you're looking for? Like, I think just using some more like real life, right? And do that through questioning is so much more effective than some fugazi countdown timer. My jersey's coming out because I'm passionate about this stuff. Like I hate that stuff, and my son always reminds me, you can't say hate, but that's I heavily dislike those types of tactics, because I think the people nowadays are just so over that stuff. And I think those types of things on sales funnels give sales funnels a bad reputation.
That's right. Well, that, and then of course, if you notice, the pricing was also another one that would compel someone to say, okay, well, this looks like a great pricing compared to, you know, what was it like? It was priced at 4,500 or something. Let's go back. Let's take a look at that again. It was like 4,500 is like a 96% discount on there. So, you know, different things that you do see in here that would compel someone to say, hey, look, this is a great price.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something else that your audience should take a look at in terms of when they're structuring out their before all of this even takes place, before all of this is even designed.
Yeah.
Think about the way that you want to price out your offering and what your customer would be willing to pay and what you actually want to what you actually want to be paid for your offering, and then just mark that up by a certain amount, right? So again, that's just one thing that I'm dissecting. Now, again, you called out the timer. What's your opinion on this? Right? Where you're essentially, I mean, this is a great negotiation tactic as well, right? You just increase that by a certain amount and you know, in relation to whatever you want to anchor them to.
Well, here's the way I look at upsells and downsells in a sales funnel. I think they could be extremely powerful if they're done the right way. So let me give you a quick example. If what you're going to buy, right, is, let's just say it's let's just say you're buying a funnel course on how to build a sales funnel, right? Well, you could get the meat and potatoes of that course and it'll teach you how to structurally build a funnel and things like that. Well, what's the next thing you're going to need once your funnel's done? You're going to need to figure out ways to get people to it. So
that's right.
That's marketing. That's traffic. So if I come in to buy the course, let's just say it's 200, and I go to check out and I get this upsell page that says, hey, now that you're in the course, here's the next logical thing that's going to help you get the success that you're looking for. And that's, you know, a traffic course, right? Or some sort of training on traffic. I'm much more likely to buy that because it's like part of the suite, if you will, right? And then say I go out and what if I need, okay, so I need traffic. So what's another thing that I might need to get a successful funnel up and running? So we need the funnel. We need traffic. What's the third thing?
Conversion.
Yeah. So maybe it's how to optimize,
that's right,
right, your funnel with split testing so that you know exactly what you should be split testing to optimize your funnel.
Yeah. And messaging needs to be on point.
Right. So that's another 200, right? So you go in for one course at 200, but you could potentially walk out of there with a $600 bill. Let's just say everything was 200, right? And now you have this suite of product that you just bought that's going to help you get to where you want to go, right? If you do it that way, I don't see a problem with it. And I see that being very fluid. You and I were joking before we went live about who does this really, really well. GoDaddy. You notice how GoDaddy upsells the crap out of you? When you go to buy a $12 URL or a $7 URL, if you don't make sure you unclick things, you could potentially
$90.
Yeah, you can walk out of there with a $90 purchase, and that's all you got was one URL.
Yeah.
They do a really good job with it. right? And you know, it's the protection and it's the domain and it's hosting and it's this. And now you could buy a website, right? And so they're constantly expanding there. But this upsell, downsell stuff could really help you generate more revenue with your sales funnel at the end of the day. So are you maximizing your funnel's potential? That's my question today.
And what I really liked about Grant Cardone's is that, you know, again, he's not just offering that exact same course at one price. You know, it takes you step and just continues to kind of break that down one by one. Okay, well, if you can't afford it in a single payment, you know, let's break that down into three. So
Right.
I thought that was pretty creative in terms of, you know, again, and it speaks to his ability to sell and his ability, like his persistence. So I think that entire funnel is like a personification of who he is as a salesperson.
Yeah, he's giving you a lot of options. He's not giving you an easy out.
Yeah.
Which is powerful. So I was thinking about this recently with some of my funnels, and I was like, I wonder if I could add upsells and downsells into my funnels. And there's something that they call an order form bump. I don't want to forget this. I could probably, if I get a second, I don't want to get too crazy here, but there's something in ClickFunnels that I could show you inside of my ClickFunnels account. See if I can get in here easy. This is the power of live streaming, right? So we are literally going inside of my ClickFunnels account, and I'm going to take you to a real simple order form page, and I'm going to show you what. Just go here for giggles, and I'll show you what an order form bump is. So there's an element here that you can put in right here. Order bump. Okay. So what this is what they call an order form bump. So let's say we were selling a live training. Okay. Let's say we were selling a live training that was going to go down this Thursday at 1:00. I could upsell through an order form bump and say, hey, if you want the recording of this training, it's $50. Or yeah, it's $50. All that person has to do is click this. Oh, because I'm sorry. I'm still in the editor. But all they would have to do is click this. And let's say the training was $100. If they click this and hit complete order, I just bumped my order from $100 to $150 just by selling the recording.
Wow.
So that's what they call an order form bump. So powerful stuff when you're building funnels. And that's also the power of ClickFunnels, because it gives you that functionality to be able to sell more, right? Yeah. So this video here, guys, is all about upsells, downsells, how to use them appropriately, what not to use anymore in your funnels because they're played out and overused and the market just knows them. I'm talking about the countdown timers and false scarcity, right? And then order form bumps. Those are great ways to increase your cart value. And that's what they call it. They call it cart value. So your average cart value now for whatever you're selling may be $50. But with these techniques, you could certainly increase that. And that's the goal. Because what we want is we want to increase the value of each customer. So if I were to ask you, I'm not going to ask you personally, I'm not going to ask you now, but what's one client worth to you in over a calendar year or through one purchase, you should know the answer to that. And the higher that number is, think about it, the more you'll be able to spend to acquire a new one. That's the power. And that's how I was taught as I was coming up in this space. The one who could spend the most to acquire one customer is the winner. So let's say one client is worth $1,000. What would you be willing to spend to acquire that one client if you knew they were going to spend $1,000 with you?
I'm looking at it from Henry. So take me back to that real quick, because I'm looking at it from a profitability standpoint. If you're going to end up spending $900 just to acquire that client, and it's $1,000 client, is it worth it?
No.
Okay. So when does it make sense?
When the percentages make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That you know, I'm only going to be willing to spend, at least, okay, from my perspective, right? I'm only going to be willing to spend maybe 10%.
Okay.
Maximum to be able to acquire that $1,000 client.
So you'd be willing
But that's just me.
Yeah, you'd be willing to spend $100.
Yeah.
To make 9 times that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how split testing, and this is how campaign optimization gets you to that point. That's not something we specialize in. We have referral partners for that. But that's where ad creative, split testing, knowing your audience, right? When you can dial in Facebook ads, YouTube video ads, things like that, Google ads, to get you that exact number, that's when it becomes a game.
Yeah.
Right? That's when it becomes a game, because then you're printing money at that point. So if you could figure out, oh, it takes me $48 to acquire one customer who's going to spend $1,000. Well, you couldn't spend that money fast enough to get that, right? Yeah. So that, to get that ROI. So that's where optimization comes in on the back end. And that's why it's so easy on ClickFunnels to do split tests, where you can literally clone a landing page, change. I don't like to change a lot of elements on a page, because then you don't know what made the switch, what made the conversion, right? So you try to switch one thing at a time, really. That's why ClickFunnels is so powerful, because you can change a headline, you could change a color of a button, you could change a price point, and test and run it for a week and see if you're getting conversions with that change. And so that's the key. But yeah, to your point, we're not in business to spend 1,000 to make 1,000.
Yeah.
So, but I will tell you, depending on how aggressive you are, I've seen people spend up to 50%. They could spend 500 to make 1,000.
Yeah. Now, of course, the upsells is where that all comes into play as well, right? I mean, if you're spending that initial offering for 1,000, if you're spending $500 just to get them into the door, and then you've got all of these add-ons that are coming into play, then yeah, it'll make sense that now they're walking away with a $4,000 or $5,000 engagement.
Right.
It's now just kind of multiplied over the course of that interaction, right?
That's why I wanted to do this video today.
Yeah.
Because my push is to get people to consider upsells and downsells through their funnels, so they could get that cart value up, so then they could consider spending a little bit more money to acquire a client.
Two things that you mentioned, one was purchase behavior, and then the other one was knowing your audience. And I think that is such an integral component into all of this. And okay, let's say you've built out your entire funnel from a design perspective, from throwing all the offerings that you have in there, but you have no idea what your audience or your customer values. You have no idea as to what your customer actually wants to gain out of all of that. And now your funnel is just kind of sitting there idle. Maybe you got 1 or 2 sales. What do you guys say about
That
that, man?
that that's poor planning.
Yeah.
That's poor planning. You know, the majority of my clients that come to me, they say, Henry, we want you to build a funnel. When we think funnels, we think you. And, you know, you've heard me say this in live streams before. And what it comes down to me doing on that brand assessment call is really showing them, yeah, you definitely need a funnel. I can see the understanding for a funnel here. But if we don't know what to funnel with, we're screwed. We're screwed. And then you get on this hamster wheel of just trying to throw, you know what, against the wall and seeing if it sticks, right? Joshua Easter says, yeah, for sure. It's all about knowing your audience. Yeah, damn right. So I don't want to design any funnels or build any funnels out until I know what my clients' wants are, challenges, pains, desires, goals, and the solutions that they're looking for. And then I want to lead with that, right? I want to lead with that. So it's funny you mentioned this. I'm just keeping track of time because I got to go get my little guy. You know, it's funny. I was thinking there's a lot of clients of mine that are putzing around with ClickFunnels right now, and they see the value in it, and they're one of those types that want to kind of test drive it on their own to kind of get a better understanding of what it is and how it works and so on. And listen, I don't poo-poo that because that's what I did. I got in there and got my hands dirty a little bit, realized I shouldn't be doing this stuff because there's other people over there that are, you know, in other places that are way more skilled. But I did because I wanted to make sure I at least became a little bit dangerous with it, if you will, before I went out and hired somebody. And so what I realized was it's important to do that, right? Look who's here, always. Chris Bella.
What's up? What up, Chris?
What's going on, Chris?
Always supporting us.
Oh, yeah. I know there's value in this combo. I love it. Love this guy. Love this guy. So what I decided to do, because it's probably been, ClickFunnels has been around like 6 years, and I started using ClickFunnels like 6 months after it came to life. And over the past few years, I've come across funnels that have been killers, like absolute sales killers. I mean, in a good way, good way. They've generated tremendous amounts of revenue. And I was going through my ClickFunnels account, and I realized that I had templates that I created back in the day that basically modeled a lot of these high converting funnels. So I have a lead generation funnel for coaches and consultants. I have a webinar funnel for people that are trying to sell, you know, a high ticket product or service. I have a funnel in my account that sells membership programs or subscription based programs, right? I modeled Tony Robbins' business mastery funnel. So I actually have the whole template for that inside of my ClickFunnels account. And there was the physical product funnel. Basically, the actual funnel that I have that we showed you today, the Grant Cardone funnel, I actually have the funnel template for that bad boy too inside of my account. And so what I thought was, what if I packaged all of these funnel templates in one little bundle and offered that to my audience so that when they got into ClickFunnels, they had a membership funnel, they had a lead gen funnel, they had a high ticket coaching funnel, they had a webinar funnel. They had like the 5 big funnels, right? There's a 6th one in there too, and it's I can't recall right now what that sixth one is. I said, what if I bundled that up and offered that to my audience so that they didn't have to figure all that out. They actually have the frameworks that they can plug and play with their business and just rock that out and just skip all of that learning curve. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. So what I want to share with everybody today is this URL right here, uniquedesignz.net/funnels. This is going to get you access to those 6 funnel templates. And it's also going to get you all the swipe files for each one of those funnels. So I was able to track down and screenshot all the ads that ran to those funnels. I was able to screenshot the actual funnel pages so you could see what elements were used and how they were used. And then you could go to your ClickFunnels template, and the template's right there. All you got to do is plug in the video, plug in the testimonial. Everything is right there for you.
Can't make it any easier than that.
No. So that is one of my new offers that I'm excited to share with everybody. I'm going to put it up on the screen again. It's uniquedesignz.net/funnels. It's $100. Do the math. You get 6 funnel templates for $100. It's less than $25 a template. It is going to save you so much time, money, and energy. And this is if you want to do it. You know, if you want to do it, the templates are there. I remember when I first started designing Oasis, templates were the lifesaver for my business because I didn't have to take things from scratch. And I was like 3/4 of the way done with the template. All I needed to do was customize it. So that's what I'm thinking moving forward, because one of the big values in my business is, how do I help my clients make money faster? Bottom line.
Yeah.
So this was an awesome conversation. Now you're coming back on Wednesday, right? We're going to do another. Right. All right. So Oasis and I on Wednesday, I'll get the time for it. It's actually published already. I don't want to say the wrong time, but this Wednesday, we're going to be doing another live stream, and we're going to be going over 5 common mistakes people make when they're building their sales funnels. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I've done. And let's skip all of that learning curve and wasted time, money, and energy. So Oasis and I are going to be breaking down these top 5 common mistakes people make when developing and building out their sales funnels. I hope you guys join us for that. And so moving forward, I'm going to be doing live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And Tuesday, Thursday, Oasis and I are going to be hosting Clubhouse rooms together at 11:30 Eastern every Tuesday and Thursday. So tomorrow we have one, because today's Monday. Tomorrow we have one all about lead generation strategies to fill your funnel. So if you guys aren't following us yet on Clubhouse, give us a follow over there. Make sure you hit that little bell and click always so you know when we're hosting rooms. And we're going to spend 90 minutes over there tomorrow talking about lead gen strategies to fill your funnel. I did my outline for the room already, and I have about 25 different strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you tomorrow, and then we'll open it up to Q&A and get some audience participation and stuff. So I want to encourage everybody to follow us over there as well. So Oasis, any parting thoughts or question? What was your biggest takeaway from this?
Biggest takeaway, again, I think you kept calling out the timers. The fact, I honestly wasn't aware of the fact that that's now an outdated practice. Or, of course, the customers are seeing through that, and just like anything else, we become desensitized to some of the messaging. So kind of filtering through all of that and finding other ways. I mean, I like the fact that you actually said asking the right questions as part of your, or incorporating the right questions as part of your messaging to create that sense of urgency rather than some of these outdated practices of using timers. So that was a good takeaway.
Yeah, when they own, when your prospect can own the issue and see the issue for themselves, not like you telling them or you trying to fake scarcity them into it, it's much stickier.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's what we should be doing as thought leaders and subject matter experts, is just allowing folks to make their own decisions and us just guiding the way through great questioning. So I am like committed, and I know you are too, always, based on the questions that you ask me all the time. I know you're committed to helping your clients do the same thing. I think a great question is 10 times more valuable than just telling somebody what to do.
Completely agreed. You know, I think the other thing is that make it less like an infomercial. Make your funnel less like an infomercial and something more that is, helps your customer really gain value from it, and actually is compelled to say, okay, let's actually add on more stuff on here and get through this cart. Actually purchase this.
Yeah. Yeah. Joshua came a little late to the party, I think, but Joshua, we gave a whole bunch of different ideas. We went through a Grant Cardone funnel. We went through an order form bump example. So that is in this video. So if you didn't catch that, go back and watch it, because yeah, to your point, Joshua, you can get very creative with order form bumps and upsells and downsells. And I hope we did a decent job today kind of showcasing some of that, because when you can increase the cart value of your funnels, you'll be able to spend more to acquire more. And that's the key. That's the key. So guys, this was a little different format today. I really enjoyed it. I love having other people up here besides me, creating the dialogue. We had some great audience participation, so this is I love this stuff, man.
Thanks for having me on, man. This is great.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on, man. You ask really great questions, and I think you're not the only one that has these questions.
Yeah.
So it's great to have you a part of the live stream today, and looking forward to having you on Wednesday, and let's rock and roll. So guys, in the comments below, what's your biggest takeaway from this video? If you're not subscribed yet on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Give me a like. And let me know. I'm always trying to make this channel better for you. And again, if you're following on Facebook or watching this on Facebook or Twitter, because we're using StreamYard here to simulcast, interact with us in the comments. You know how responsive I am, because if it's just a one-way communication, I don't feel like I'm doing my job. So I'm going to roll out. Enjoy the rest of this day. Have an amazing day, guys, and we'll catch you back here on Wednesday on the next live stream. Talk to you soon.
See ya.